Meeks here back with another video. Today I want to talk to you guys about donors. This is going to be a topic that normally a lot of people don't talk about, but it will definitely educate a lot of people that are out there, because I used to be one of those people that would think this way. And so I don't normally do a lot of soul swaps. I normally get massive amounts of customs and midsole repaints. I normally don't do a lot of soul swaps. So when I got a pair to do the soul swap on, which I told you guys out about a little bit earlier ago, were these cool gray 4s, where the midsoles, just starting to crumble a little bit. And so that was going to be my next order that I had taken care of before I actually leave. And so I'll run you through the story of exactly what had happened. So about I want to say in the beginning of July, I received these shoes, and was really excited, filmed the unboxing and everything, had it all ready to go. And then unfortunately my brother had passed away, so I didn't get a lot of time to actually work on these shoes. My mind was just in a different place. I was going to and from a lot of different places, and I had to wait until things settled down before I could start working on orders. But I wanted to make sure I got all of my orders done before I would actually move, because I just don't like moving state lines with customer shoes. I just want to make sure that they had them and they had a deadline. So with these cool grays that I had, he originally sent me a donor, and I'll show you the other donor right now. All right, so for this shoe, this was the first donor that I actually had received. This one wouldn't have worked for the project that it was needed for, but I wanted to go over one specific reason why a lot of these shoes will not be able to work with other with certain type of projects. So so let's get into that. So this was the first shoe that I received, and at first glance it looks like it definitely will do the job. I mean, we don't need the outsole at all, so the outsole can go. We just need the midsole, correct? So for the midsole, I mean, it won't be hard to detach it because it's all leather. So separation should be pretty easy to actually get it off. And then we want to look at the air units next. The air units actually were one of them were popped, and so I was unable to use this shoe because the air unit was popped. So we had to throw this one away, and we had to wait a little bit of time so that I would be able to get a proper donor for his restoration. So he ended up looking online. The next shoe that he saw was this one right here. And so he ordered the shoe. He had it directly sent out to me so that he wouldn't have to ship it to his address and then ship it to mine. So he ordered it off of eBay, sent it directly to me. I didn't get to see any pictures of the shoe, unfortunately, before I received it, but did a quick once over, looked at everything that I needed to make sure that was good on the shoe. Air unit is blue, but it won't be that visible. So I wasn't too stressed out about it, but the air unit was firm. That was the most important thing. And then I was looking at the upper and the actual structure of the shoe, seeing what it's made out of. And unfortunately, it's made out of some type of I want to say like a felt or nubuck fabric on the back of it. So that was a little bit hard to actually separate it, but I did. I got the full thing separated, and then I went into actually fitment, which was the next process of the actual reglue, and I got down to this point, and this is where it actually stopped for me and for this customer, unfortunately. Here we have the shoe. I know that there is a little bit of extra residue from the glue because I didn't get too close to the lines, but I hadn't taped these up yet, and so I was just testing it out, seeing how fitment would be, and getting my Dremel tool so that I can trim it down to the correct size and see how perfect I could get the fitment for this shoe. And so we'll start on this side. Looks like the fitment was pretty good, lines up pretty fairly. We go into the back of the shoe, and the back of the shoe lined up perfectly. Lined up absolutely perfectly for this reglue. And then we got over to here. So this is when we actually started seeing the trouble. And just focus between the midsole and the outsole part right here where this little mud guard is. This is where we ran into the actual issue, and I'll show you exactly why. So trimmed up the front of the shoe. The front of the shoe placement was really good. After the glue and the repaint, it was going to look pretty flush, so I wasn't worried too much about this part right here. But this little mud guard flap was where the issue was mainly coming from. And so taking a look at where this line stops and how abruptly it stops, and where the arc is, where it tops out at, that is where I actually had the issue. And so I'll show you exactly why this occurred. And so I'll use these two shoes for example, and I want you to take close note to what's this little mud guard. Just look at this little mud guard here. So right where this mud guard is, you can see that it goes up at a pretty nice arch and then it goes directly straight down, and then starts going flush into the outer part of the outsole at the very bottom again, flush all the way out. And so then we look at this outsole, which is similar to the one that was used. You can just see, unfortunately, that the curving for this little arc right here is a little bit more abrupt, and it's not as straight as the line. And so we'll put the two up together so that you can actually see. But do you see how the bottom one, which is the cool gray, is a little bit more abrupt, a little bit more straightened, and then the one for the top pair is curved a little bit more, and it's a little bit more rounded on the edge. So with this one, it's going to sit perfectly flush on the shoe because this is the actually outsole and the midsole that it was morphed to, that it was fitted for and then painted. So we look at this pair and we see, because it's a different model, but this one, since it has more of an abrupt curve, the more and more that I trim it to actually fit it correctly. So let's say I trimmed it to where it squeezed in a little bit more, that would kind of mess with the fitment of this and the fitment of the back of the shoe. If I trimmed it a little bit more, I could push it in a little bit more and, you know, get a little bit closer of a fit. That would be totally fine. So I didn't want to necessarily go with that route. And there's another option of actually trimming down where the blue is and where that white part of the midsole is right here, to where it goes into a pretty flush look, but then it would have those abrupt lines stopped right here and at the very bottom. So just on the fact that this is a grail shoe and a well-liked one for my customer, and this is why he wants it done correctly, it basically depends on the customer of what they would actually want. But this is a grail shoe of his, and I know that he wants the job done correctly, and I want my work displayed correctly. And so unfortunately I cannot use this midsole. I would use something more like a Dub Zero. That would be the perfect fit. That's what I tell most of my customers who do the 4 swaps. With these ones, I know we try to save as much money as possible to get donors like this, but it's something that I had to learn over time and something that my customers had to learn over time. If you send shoes like this, there's a potential that you're just wasting your money, and unfortunately it puts all this time and effort that I put into this shoe, tearing away the old midsole, making sure that I trimmed down the new midsole to fit properly, and running into errors like this after you put that much time into a shoe that can't be completed. It's definitely a sad moment. But just because it looks like a 4 outsole doesn't mean that it is a Jordan 4 outsole. So I just wanted to bring that to attention and let you guys know that there will be a delay on this restoration. I definitely want to get it done. I'm trying to work it out with the owner now, so hopefully we'll be able to come to a pretty good conclusion, because this is the second donor that we went through now, and we're now having issues one more time. So I'll advise them on everything that we need to look out for, and then hopefully we can get it all taken care of. But that's just a quick little restoration tip, something that you normally don't get to hear a lot or get to see a lot. Now, with that little restoration tip out of the way, I'll see you guys soon. I have a special video actually up for Friday, so please stay tuned for that. Let's just say, yay. Yay or yee? Hold on, did I say yay? Yay or yee? Because yee wouldn't really be anything, but if you say yay, then that means he's probably going to do an unboxing for some Yeezys, right? He's probably going to do an unboxing for some Yeezys. But we'll see.